Hello. So, I have two channels, and my one channel, which is the one I'm active on, is more about my writing and reading. And I think this video I'm going to put on my other channel that I really haven't put much on. I think I have a short on there. That's about it. I had other videos and I ended up making them private, I think, or unpublished. So I think I don't really know what this channel is going to be about mainly, but I'm going to at least start it out with probably some weight loss stuff, diet stuff. I could call it health and fitness. I don't really know yet. But I'm 54. I put on 50 pounds right around, well, not all in 1 year, but I mean, starting probably 43, 44 years old, I started packing it on quickly. I have always been a gym goer from my 20s on up. I think when I hit my 30s, I kind of stopped because I had started going to night school because I was working full time and I had kids and I just couldn't do it all. So I want to say by the time I finished my degrees, I kind of wasn't going to the gym as much. And then obviously your metabolism changes and all of that. So, well, I was going to say since then it's been crazy trying to manage it. But I will say since I have been, I don't know, probably 10, 11, 12. I was always a little chunky, but I was very, very active, but I ate a lot of garbage as a kid. So when I was in high school, I definitely was more aware of it, cared more, was able to sacrifice more. I ate very little in high school and I ran a lot. So I was able to keep it off. I was very, very thin in high school, very thin. And then I got pregnant at 17, had my first child at 18, was right back in a size 5 after my first child. But I would say within the first year or 2 years of having him, I started feeling the weight come on because my life was different. So I'll do some little stories and things about my life and weight and exercise and all of that. But where we stand right now is I went on Wegovy in maybe December. Actually, let's start with October of 2025. My son, my oldest, the one that I got pregnant with at 17, he got married in October of 25. So that first weekend, and I think the day after the wedding, I started carnivore. I did carnivore for 30 days, lost, I don't know, well, I don't know if it was like 30 or 45 days that I was very, very strict with it. I ended up dropping about 13 to 15 pounds, something like that. But then I just kind of felt like it wasn't fast enough, so I decided to go on Wegovy. which I think I started around December. I was on Wegovy until, so December, January, I think for 3 months. And then I started getting some skin sensitivity on my back. It kind of felt like a sunburn almost. It was very tender to touch. And it is a side effect, but it doesn't affect many people. It made me a little nervous, so I stopped taking the medication and figured, let me just go back on carnivore. So we're in May right now. It's May 8th. So I will say between all of March and all of April, I put on 10 pounds. And I can tell you that I do have some stress at work, and I feel like wanting to drink alcohol has increased. I don't want to just use that as an excuse. I just feel like I was very good at managing my intake of alcohol. When I was doing carnivore back in October, November, I didn't have a drop of it. Didn't bother me. But struggling with it lately, with wanting it. I don't drink very much, but I still want it. I do want that relaxation because I just feel I'm super stressed. And I've never really been a big snacker after dinner. And I would say in the last 3 weeks, 4 weeks, it has been out of control. Even trying to consciously not do it, and maybe that makes it worse. I just can't not eat. And gotta reel things in again. I'm hoping that coming off of Wegovy back in February, that didn't make these desires to snack and to have an insatiable appetite and everything worse. Hopefully not. I'm hoping this is all mind over matter in the sense of it's just an escape from me because of the stress at work, maybe. So I reached out to my doctor to try to switch over from Wegovy to Zepbound. She told me to make an appointment, so I let it go for a couple weeks, maybe a week and a half, and was like, let me just do carnivore. Maybe I could just do it on my own. But I've been finding that I don't have, and I struggle for words today, I don't know why. I don't have the strictness that I had when I first did it, and I don't know why, because I want it bad. And maybe it's because in the back of my mind, I know I can just go on a drug. So yesterday, I think last night, actually, I got onto my portal and I found that I was able to set up a telemed call, and they had an availability this afternoon. So I did a 4 o'clock call with her today. Told her that I had stopped it, told her about the skin sensitivity, told her that I wanted to go on Zepbound. So I don't know if Zepbound is covered by my insurance. If it's not, then I'll go back on Wegovy. Hopefully, whatever prior approval I need is going to be okay. But we're going to go back on it because it's very hard to watch the videos of everybody that's on it, including friends of mine, and how fantastic they look. And you know, it's not like I'm not trying to eat better and everything. Like, I definitely don't exercise as much as I should, but I was exercising a lot with my mom when I went and visited in March. I mean, we went to the gym every single day, and I loved it. And then I joined the gym when I got back home again. Went like the first week, and then my work schedule got kind of screwy, so then I didn't go for a while, and then I was like, why am I paying for this? I can just work out at home. But then I don't. But you know, I'm pretty good during the day at work as far as my eating. It's really when I get home. Um, you know, for breakfast, I don't usually eat breakfast. I have coffee with light cream. Um, Usually at some point in the morning, I get hungry around 9:30, 10 o'clock. I usually will have a Quest bar because it fills me up and they're high protein, low carb. Then I have lunch and I have not a salad. I have a bowl of lettuce. Um, just romaine lettuce, chopped up. I used to just do tomato and cucumber in it, but then I was like, oh, I'm fine with the lettuce. I was doing creamy dressings, but going super light with it, and that was only because, from a carnivore perspective, that's a weed whacker, by the way. From a carnivore perspective, the higher fat, creamier dressings were okay. But this week I started going to just a cap full of olive oil and some salt, a little bit of salt, and some lemon juice. And I love that. I actually like that better than the creamy dressing. So started that this week. And then I usually have some kind of a protein with it. So if I don't have some kind of a chicken breast that I've cooked and chopped up, I do buy cans of chicken breast. It comes just like cans of tuna. And I'll do some of that. And if I don't do either of those, I'll just have some cottage cheese. I usually always have cottage cheese. And then for my sweet tooth, I usually will have a no sugar Chobani yogurt after lunch for my treat. That's about it. I mean, that's what I eat at work. And then I get home around 4:30, and sometimes I eat right away, sometimes I don't. Sometimes I'll have a piece of string cheese when I walk in the door, and then I'll wait an hour to have dinner. And dinner is usually always just meat. I don't eat any carbohydrates. I don't have potatoes or rice or anything. If anything, I'll have maybe a small vegetable with my meat, broccoli or green beans or something, but usually it's just the meat. Sometimes it's just a chicken breast and that's it. But the last couple of months, it's been after dinner that I've had a real issue. Like I said, the alcohol, which then makes you want to have something salty. And I had bought a box of the Oreo minis, thinking it's portion control. So if I have a sweet tooth, I'll have one of those. I will be honest, though, the last 2 nights, in my mind, I'm like, I want to use these up, get them out of the house, because obviously I can't be trusted with them, and I shouldn't be having them. So I had 2 last night, 2 packages. And the night before, I had 2 packages. When I got home from work today, I had 1 package. And I think there might be 3 packages left. When they're gone, they're gone. I also bought a small bag of roasted sea salt almonds. Another pitfall, because yes, nuts are good for you, but only if you have about 20 of them, not 120. So not buying those anymore. I brought those to work. I had about a handful today during the day. There's still some left. I didn't want them in my house. Got them out. They're just about gone, but when they're gone, they're gone. I've got to stop buying the garbage that I know I'm going to overeat on. It's just that if I do want something, I don't really know what to have other than my Quest bars, which is fine. They can be a little pricey. I mean, I get a box of 12, I think, for like $26. Sometimes you got to pay for, those snacks that are good for you. But, so hopefully I get approved for this medication. And hopefully this turns into a weight loss journey. I've got to get back to exercising on my own. I would like to go back to the gym again, but my problem is that by the time I leave work, right now with the stress that's going on at work, I am physically exhausted. Like, it just emotionally drains me. And that, you know, when I'm in good spirits and I like what I do for work, I have all the energy in the world and I have no problem going to the gym after work. But when I'm emotionally drained, I can't do it. So we've got to do it at home and get it in. I'm getting some walking in. Most days I'm getting at least 8,000 steps. Definitely could do more. If I could get away from my desk more, which it's so busy, then I could get more steps in. But I do have a treadmill at home. And I have free weights. And I need to do, you know, my floor exercises, like some of the Pilates and calisthenics and push-ups and that sort of thing. And I don't know, it's a struggle. It's a struggle because I go from, you know, I could have been having the same conversation with you a year ago or 2 years ago or 3 years ago. You do it, then something changes, or you try something else, or a new diet comes along, or a new weight loss medicine comes along, or whatever, and it's just like a never-ending roller coaster. But, you know, I guess it's just life, and yeah, so that's what's going on. It's a Friday night, and I'm not home. I'm at a boyfriend's, my boyfriend, the only boyfriend. And yeah, he's weed whacking. That's why I'm doing the video. But that's all I got. Talk to you soon.